has got an opportunity for vengeance.
The crowd on the side of Team Liquid right now, but man, revenge
Liquid on the fence, Koi on attack.
Hopefully to be
We
served if you're a
get
Koi fan, because
3
those were
ghosts,
tight series.
2
Sure, it was
classics.
a 2-0 for Team Liquid.
We are just
but
5.
Koi were on their heels the
4-1-ing.
entire time.
4-1-ing into
Heading
the
this
5-person
pistol
stack.
round,
What
you
is
know,
this
both
read?
these teams like that slower approach on the attack.
Yeah, but it seems like Koi are going to switching up the pace just a little bit. That full line was perfect. And Kiko gets first blood.
Nade is outrageous as well.
As, it's definitely destined to do so. Yampi doubles it up and Kiko keeps on giving.
Well,
they collapse upon Koi.
They had a very good read into this one. The setup over towards A made a lot of sense as well in terms of info if they pushed and then camera to retake.
Market winning out on all of those fights now.
Yeah, I mean, it just looked like they had a read into this fully.
To work with here, I think what is interesting is we are having like a true head-to-head in a mirror matchup, right? So you're looking towards the fact that this first map is really a determinant of which team is better.
And this
Double
is a map
outlaw.
that they haven't shown so far, both of these teams throughout this tournament. So it's completely
Mystic
off the
and
marks.
Kiko.
Both of these teams trying to play their game, trying to read the
there goes
opposing
one.
team's game as well. At that, on the go, it's Mystic again. Outlook.
Yes, it's kind of like they see it over the other side of the map, so maybe they won't have it on A.
So all 3 kills of this
Yeah,
round.
stun comes in a little bit late.
From Outlaws.
Picking the spike back up here, but
Yeah. What can you
not
do?
much you're gonna do, right?
No, not at all. No, I don't know. Team Liquid, look, they won the previous series in a very close fashion, right? It was a 2-0, but those maps were fairly close. We're talking about some, 13-7s.
A bit too loud? I think I turned it down a lot.
It was 13-10, 13-11. And for that reason, you've got to be a little bit more fearful of this one. Sunset being a new map they'll be playing in is a way Koi can, come on top of this without the side of Team Liquid being able to prepare. While Koi, on the other hand, they've been able to win a match themselves up against BBL.
Leave it there.
That was a little bit more comfortable for them, although many would have said very slow-paced. But it's very much a battle of the bands, a lot of former teammates in this one. There's
Yeah, no damage done so far.
Feelings of rivalry.
No damage done at all. No bullets, no armor rebuys.
Was a flawless in players alive, but not a single hint of damage was taken throughout that.
No, so that means a very strong bonus round coming in here for Team Liquid. And look over towards the side of Koi, that's 3 light shields that you're looking towards, and they've got 2 outlaws on the side
and
of
Koi are at least going to
Liquid
make sure that
hold
they're going to be
down
buying
some of these choke points.
heavy armor.
Nonetheless, man, I mean, Kiko already with the...
It's an Andalucia flawless, Emil. Come on.
It saves we get 1, but it does persuade Shados to get heavy armor and go for the Bulldog as well.
But it's a strong buy round here from Team Liquid. Quit a bonus round.
Yampi buys a rifle, which was originally a ghost. This way he has the money for it.
So it has to be a 2-shot.
See what happens. Full mid control here for the Koi side.
Oh.
Okay, that's 1 outlaw out.
It is indeed. And the stun onto Nats here could be quite influential. Nats hasn't shown his ground, but it's shadowed and
not
picking
bad
it up.
at all.
He's been so good
Dom was really
throughout
strong.
this tournament so far, and he's leading from the front as well. Shot calling on some occasions. And Grabinho picking up another is setting up Koi for success, as they've gotten themselves every single kill so far, and full
Yeah, taking Breach
I think that's an
Orb
interesting
as well,
point there on
and
the
getting
side
the
of Koi.
Breach.
Sure, late in the season last year, Starkso was
Breach
the
Orb
one
for planning as
filling
well.
the IGL shoes, and we did think that he was continuing on in that role heading in towards kickoff, but there was that silent switch with Shadow just changing his little bio there on socials.
Right?
Yeah, but he's actually in that hot seat now. So we were talking about it in the green room. 3
Yeah,
IGLs
it looks like they're going to try and lock him in and do some damage here, especially Kiko over towards spawn. Still has his nade as well.
And look at Magnum over in
This has a lot of potential if he just gets a good angle.
It seems that Apex likes to produce a lot of IGLs here. So the interesting is that Shadow is in the mind of Enzo
got
here,
deleted.
right? He's played with these guys. They know him well and truly quite thoroughly at this point. I know it's a different roster, right? You've got
Yeah, and Enzo goes down with it as well. Really nice round from Koi in terms of everyone surviving as well. Like 2 armor rebuys, I'm pretty sure.
Adjusted and changed, but it could be a useful tool to be calling against a team you know very, very well.
I think that tells you a lot as to how many strong voices there were within that Apex roster from last year down in the Valorant Challenger Series. But now looking over towards Again, those mind games here. How well Shadow and Enzo know each other and going head-to-head for the second time over kickoff.
And the same thing follows with the fact that he's
Comes
been
out,
growing,
and
but
it's a
also
massive buy round
producing kills.
for Liquid.
On the
They
other
don't have
hand,
the money
Enzo
for
and
next. If
Mystic,
Kiko
some
gets
of
a
the
kill,
other
he gets
players
the
coming
ult.
from
No one
Apex,
on Koi should be getting their ult in this round.
haven't they?
As we see an absolute
Koi
madness.
now moving into this mid side of the map, not really taking any extremity control, grouping their players together. But Team Liquid not really going for information themselves either.
No, but this mid control has been key here for Koi. They've opted for it quite often, but you've also got that operator, Kiko, watching the angle over towards tiles.
So, oh my.
That's a strong pick.
I was going to say,
Koi on top.
Liquid done well getting
Mid
one person to
control
hold
now
over towards
denied
A,
here for the side
and
of Team
we
Liquid.
And
insta
Team
go
Liquid
down
forced
towards
to
middle.
polarize the defenses.
Camo
Two on
has
each
been a
side, and
beast.
mid cut into.
Like, he really
They
has.
have
He's
the
been
deep
impressing me.
camera over towards B main. They have those trips watching their backs as well. But it's the B split that Koi are inching towards.
Yeah, and it was all about the stun last time.
If
And
Camo
honestly, they're
can
kind of in
produce some
similar
madness here,
positions for it.
would be optimal. Stun there and waiting. Shadow thinks better of it, but it's a matter of timing. 40 seconds, and Koi, they've been known to run the clock dry, but this time they can't afford it to happen. There is a tripwire that Stark so barely is able to avoid, but with the Prowler picking it through, he's able
We get to 30
subside it for
seconds,
now.
and they
It
kind of
will be
need to make a
reproduced. I'm
call
not quite
here.
sure if it did get shot down, but
With
still,
that
it's
kill,
Shadow
it
with
looks
the
like they're
pick,
going
and
all the
Koi
way
with
over
opener
towards
will
A.
look to
20
head towards his
seconds.
ace side.
There is definitely a
That
chance for
was taken
Mystic
out. That's
here.
enough
One
pressure to put
smoke
over
and a
towards
and a
B. Now the
flash.
shift on over.
Gonna hit them pretty early
Mystic
on.
alone here, an island on A, playing in the smoke. No time though.
Yeah, paranoia
Keep an eye on
They've
this.
gotta move
If he
in.
kills the
All
planter.
Team Liquid have to do is deny the spike plant from taking place. Gravino's
Flash
position
goes in.
has been sorted.
That's the
Paranoia
plant. He's
in,
done it.
and he's
Hero
denied
play.
it. Mystic has done it. All that was required. Bullet to the
And do you know what's really
face.
smart
Team
about this
Liquid
is he
win the
flashed
round.
to the left of the
timing there,
plant
coming
and then
out
just killed the
from
planter. It's not like he's flashing the
Mystic.
planter. It doesn't matter
3
about
to
that guy.
1.
That guy has
Sure,
to
it
stick.
wasn't
He's
stunning,
flashing the
but it was
person that is going to be
exactly
covering
what
him.
They
You
needed.
don't need much more than that, right?
3v5.
No crazy plays necessary. It was the perfect mark there. And all that
Playing
matters.
Valorant at the end of the
No,
day.
exactly.
Barbar
I mean, Mystic
replay?
was just,
Oh,
like,
man, that
looking to
desk
hit
is-
that shot. That's all that it came down to, especially when Koi are running down the clock so much. Barbar camp,
Baba Khan
Did
is
well
the
to not
best
break the headset there.
entertainment value.
entertainment
Stonks
value to
are
the
going
fullest.
up.
But for this one, he's not too happy, is he?
No.
Team left it a little bit too
Yeah, that
long.
was
Had to pay
a
for it.
painful one to watch.
Still have money to invest in this, right? They've still been able to put their hands in their pockets and find some rifles.
And there's a real
But
brawl
it's
over towards A.
heavily
We've got
contended,
double
this card.
cage
Yeah,
used.
2 players early on for Team Liquid, but they vacated.
Omen
Koi will
flash.
have to do the same thing.
A deep camera though.
All of the
So
Omen
Koi do have
smokes.
Quite a bit of information here towards B main at the very least. Down B, looking to play forward.
But Shadow that was
The
up
jewels
out
at
of
middle
nowhere.
are
Excuse me?
not going the way of Liquid. Koi are just
He
wrecking
sought
them
out
in middle
towards
right
A
now.
main as well, making it a little bit more daunting for Koi to try and clear back out into a lobby. He reclaims the space.
Lost the 3v5 last
Decided to
time.
fully fall off. Koi are
Liquid go for
looking
the
to
3-person stack
regroup
over towards A,
before
and it's
sending
looking
the
like Koi are going
util
to do the same
on
thing.
The A site.
Shadow has his ult. They kind of want to have a clean
Kiko
round, but
needs to find one here. Kiko also has a
I don't know
showstopper.
if they want to.
Kiko is definitely the person that has to do a lot. Stuff coming through, but the showstopper coming in a little bit too late, but they jump above it!
The flash was
Camo
incredible,
is
though.
dead, but
Did
Kiko
really
not
bold
being able
moves
to
to use
see
the
a
ult on
thing,
this.
has to drop short after. 2 versus 4 though, Team Liquid. If Enzo is able to produce some madness, there's potential here, especially with a flank in the making from Mystic, but no. This has put Mystic into the clutch.
Pretty smart. He
Does
moves
TP
backwards, so there's
across
less
the
chance of
tripwire.
them hearing the
Hasn't
initial
quite been heard,
TP.
but they do know he's an Omen, and the possibility of a TP still exists in their mind.
I mean, with Stark's positioning, they know.
And they're looking in his direction. Mystic. Oh, potential for a second there.
They did okay
It got
damage, but
scary,
Koi will be
Koi
pretty happy
have
that they got that
it locked
ult
and
out of them.
covered. That's a second on the board for them.
Okay, slowly racking these rounds up now. Again, the caveat is that Koi, they do well in running down that clock, finding those late openings into those site plants. But again, we saw where the risk is in that as well 2 rounds ago. Now they have to continue forward with some of this momentum. They forced Team Liquid onto an eco round.
Yeah, there's something to know on Shadow here. Like in this previous roster in Apex, it used to be sort of
Koi's
the
chance
jester,
to get a
right?
lot of
Used to
money,
be,
and it's
the
already
guy
really
that
high.
would be a little bit cheeky, make some jokes, keep the atmosphere light. But
Yeah, it's
from
one
what
of the
I'm
better-
seeing from him right now,
One of the better
it's
eyes
fully
that goes on
serious,
the
it's fully
line
leader
to
mode.
spot out
And
middle.
I like that type of Shadow. Don't get
It's
me
kind of
wrong.
nice from
I like
Liquid
the
though.
funny
They
business,
insta
but
leave
at the
once they
same
realize
time,
they create
I
a question
do
mark
enjoy
here. In terms of middle, they smoke it off as well, knowing that they're most likely have to use util, so they should hear the reclear.
What you're
And
talking
we're gonna
about in that emotional lead, the ability
clear
to
over
keep
towards
things
B
light
just to
and
make sure
fresh
that
is
the
something
A
that
stack's
we
going
do
to be
constantly
clear.
see from him as well. Sure,
And
player can
do they get
show
here in
him
time?
a little bit serious, but most of the time he's got a little smirk on his face.
Definitely got to
No,
see
but
a
maybe time to
variation of
flood
emotions.
fast in.
And it's Koi that move into the site, and that is the opening.
Ooh, nice
frag
util
for
from
them.
Starkzer.
Starkzer
But
looking to
Tevo's
keep
good.
things clean. It's also the idea of Starkzer and Shados wanting to live their glory days again, and with Koi, they want to do the same. But for now, it's an equalization that they're looking for. 3-3. And yeah, Kiko, Enzo, teammates for a while. Can they do it? Can they do anything, any damage? But so far, every single time we see a situation like this, it's been a save. Don't give them orbs, don't give them a thing. And this time, it's no different. Well, maybe it is, because Starkzer's going right after them, and he had a bullet with Kiko's name, and he's got a bullet with Enzo's name.
So much money.
Well, another Andalusia flawless coming in here for Koi this time.
Yeah, Koi have a really
around.
good chance to
Now we've got
get a pretty
weapons are
heavy
up
lead on
for
this, to be honest,
Team
especially if they win this
Liquid.
next round.
Last round was then they were looking to save up a little bit more. Able to buy up in full, sacrificing for a couple of those late shields, but my eyes are on Koi here. You've got a Nightfall, you've got a Rolling Thunder to work with. They have been starting a little bit slower, but this is where they might just pick it up.
Can we have a compilation of Barber just on those on that coaching cam? I think it'll be super entertaining to see what they've actually chat about. But still, it's very aggressive here from Camo, and he comes out on top with a kill. Kiko
Fado on top of that doesn't hit anyone.
That's
That's a lie. I think it hit the opener. No, it doesn't hit anyone.
So that will keep him alive for a little bit longer. Koi, press the brakes. Don't fully engage anymore. They've got the numbers. They've got to rethink this.
Hey, initial fast
Liquid
look, it
going
draws
a bit
lot of
aggro to
attention
clear the
over
question
now.
marks
Team
at the
Liquid
moment.
fully rotated over towards A, but look at that spike.
Oh, Camo aggresses off the back of it again, but only damage to Yampi, not quite the finishing blow. And they drop back to save their
going on?
lives as they look to pivot towards the speed side.
But look how late it is.
Oh my
now.
god, he
Boy,
stuck
they
the...
made so much
What the...
attention drawn
It's like the
over
ult in
towards
spawn
A.
as well, so
Sure,
they
the
have...
setup is
I mean,
still
they
here on
think
the
they're
side
kind of locked
Nats.
in over towards here.
Nobody's home.
As we can see... Oh my goodness. Yeah, getting free sight on this. Well, at the very least, Liquid got the ults out of them. They get info that they've now pushed into B main. They have their own trip here, which Mystic might try and TP over. Okay, he just jumped it. Oh, what a stun. Dude, Shadow's stuns right now have been unreal. Yeah, and they got a save, and Koi's money's stupid. 9k, 9k, 9. Hey, look at this. They literally buy for the rest of the half, and we're halfway through it.
It's even further to find the lead once again. It will be, all things assumed, an Andalusia flawless that will be coming in here for the side of Koi on top of that. Man, I feel like what I'm a little bit nervous about.
Yes.
The fact that last time these two teams faced off, Pavlos.
Sure.
It was close. Map 1 on Icebox, though. Kiko had a life game.
Oh, he did. And it's one of those criticizing... that's what Lothar was criticizing on Desk as well, right? And I think a lot of people can criticize it as well. Is that, you know, reliable?
Yeah.
Is that something that can be replicated? And when you're on Team Liquid, a lot of these situations where they've come out on top, where they've won a lot of rounds, is due to individual success.
Did you know, I saw them drinking, I was like, I know someone's going to do a hydrate.
But it's Nats that time. Last time they went head-to-head, right? Nats right now, 0-4, haven't seen the value out of that. I know that the calling here
He's
for the Team
having the
Liquid
time
side
of their life.
hasn't really
Insane.
given Nats the opportunity to really shine either. He's been playing very passive, also getting caught out in some situations. A little bit difficult to consistently, I think, be playing that kind of retake game here for Team Liquid. And what I really liked from them were the first couple of rounds that we saw on the pistol, on the anti-eco, playing a little bit more forward, going for those early engagements and taking the fight to them.
And that might be what is being discussed right now. It could be Team Liquid want to be changing their approach in this one because
Two bros hanging out. Yeah, pretty much.
Have been working like a charm. It didn't seem like there were any cracks in the road for them. They've been able to play Team Liquid by the book, be able to lure them in areas of the map and be able to manipulate them in a manner in which they could get these rounds. So heading into an eco round with a hero operator and a hero phantom, things are looking to get a bit dicey here.
Okay.
How much hope are we putting on Kiko's hands right now?
I mean, it's the mid look once again here for Kiko, right?
Kiko going to the same angle where he got taken down last time. Prowler goes and clears over towards A with a one-way smoke. One person holding over towards A, and Kiko.
It's a matter of being able to trade it. It could have been a double, but he gets out with 30 points of health. Team Liquid might have
How did Yampy not give an assist for the flash there?
But again,
he killed the only person that wasn't flashed. It was a nice flash either way. Yeah, and this is good impact. And now it's weird because they want to get the guns over towards middle. Grabino takes such a risk.
Keeps Kiko busy into market. Yampy aggressing with a short with a sheriff.
Still a nice trade. And now there's loads of guns down. Once this trip gets jumped over, it kind of... Oh boy, he really messed that one up. Yeah. Nats takes down the Gambit, brother.
On the other end, all by himself, is wondering what
and then now everyone quickly scrambles to get the guns. Looks like we can do 2 upgrades.
So Team Liquid keep the score close and in equilibrium.
Nicely done from Kiko on this. Respect going to the same place where he got one popped earlier.
Right off the back of it. The value that
Answer
we were
Prodigy.
looking for to come out from the operator finally.
Prodigy, what is it?
Kiko with that mid control, but now we've got to see him be a little bit more dynamic because Koi.
But I can't see the thing. I can't see the thing I'm meant to answer.
Denying him that angle towards market. They're not going to let him get away for it for free. So now he's choosing that shift over
maybe.
towards B, still playing forward in front of B's.
I know that's not the answer you're waiting for, but maybe.
Then you can move around.
Probably.
Oh look, Cam was actually aggressive really far forwards into mid. And the lot is thrown at Nats here to try and get him out of this position.
Yeah, they go for a fast one over towards split on B. Trips are doing bits. Camo is not expecting Yampy at that angle at all. Omen TP's over the trip. These guys get into sight. Enzo and Yampy have the 2 best ults to retake.
Looking to retake it together. Might not even allow them to plant, given that there's a rolling thunder in Yampy's hands.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, they're waiting.
Pretty sure there's a smoke there. I guess there's a gap behind it. Yeah, he goes to the same angle.
Get that down safely. Kiko's just got a sliver to work
Dude, stop giving him the kills. 3 in a row. He's fast with it though.
Kiko and a gap through the smoke. That's a big misplay from Grabino to smoke that off, leave that gap, and Kiko
Prodigy, thanks for the gifted as well. Thank you, thank you.
And Luthia Flawless coming in here.
Sorry for the answer.
Liquid. We saw 2 back-to-back there for Koi. They're doing it right back to him.
Your eyes on this youngster.
Yeah, I think the second shot was fast. This one,
look at that
fast.
gap. The
this one
was a pixel visible for him, and then the smoke clears, and it's re-smoked, and it's even a bigger gap. You can't have those mistakes.
I mean, all he knows is that he just has to hold that spike, right? Just deny that.
Koi, still outrageous amounts of money.
TP'd across, deeper in towards elbow here for
Mystic. Kiko, 1 kill away from his ult. Same with Nats. Yeah, lovely. Mystic's been doing good over towards A every single time, and it's something that Koi needs to try and make sure they can do a better job of clearing him, and this is where the stun comes in like this.
Want to do it all together. You don't want to consider that Mystic is doing it by himself, but
there we go, lovely.
Out to the open. Mystic wants to take vengeance, wants to take revenge.
Starkso on 21 HP, recovering from the fade ult, just wins that duel.
Someone, the likes of Shados, pushing B, putting
dude, I love the 2 Gambit brothers, man. It's sick. They're just having a Cypher over towards B while everyone duels in these rounds.
I like the fact that Yampy has so much information with the forward angle towards.
They're playing their own little game.
Like still leaning there, and if he does get caught out, this cross is tricky. But he does have the fault line to work with. Could even Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Nats pushes all the way close. He's going to find a trip here. Is it? Low like it was earlier and can get jumped again. Stun to mimic like they're taking over towards A control. Instant ready for the info. And there is one trip here.
Now, having garage control is massive, but the Neural Theft has shown his position. He's going to have to close up the gap here, up against his own cage. And he pushes even further. A very aggressive play by Stark, so shuts down Kiko, and that it doesn't allow Yampy
5
to
seconds,
cross.
By the way.
He has to go through mid. Yampy rolling
Gotta
thunder.
stick to the spike.
4 seconds. Nats to
gotta stay alive. What are these? What are these rounds?
And Stark, so yes, you're alive for a little longer. The final man
oh man, give me the coach replay. He's gonna be going mental again.
Time seemingly being the worst enemy.
Yeah, they just keep waiting to 30 seconds.
Situations, just not biding themselves enough to comfortably actually work towards a site. A couple of rounds now. Team Liquid, they force a timeout out of Koi this time around. You're looking over towards
he's not as fussed with that one because that was more just Yampy having a good ult as well on top of this.
Again. Like, they had to draw this out for them because you can't have rounds like this where it's not the first time, it's the second time.
Yeah,
where they draw it
and it's pretty obvious what this
now,
timeout is saying. Like, it's all about speeding up.
There. Starkso interrupting Kiko. He forced Yampy to go through market as well. There's a lot in play there. They were smart to block off the interruptions, but that did come to effect when they didn't have enough players to take over the site. So having
Think about it, PaperX has ever had... Thinking about it, has PaperX ever not had time to plant?
What are their win conditions?
No, I don't think so.
Because let's be fair,
Dude, they normally always plant and there's like a minute left.
Far behind, but with how many rounds that they had going their way, how many rounds that they should be
winning, that's why they kind of lost the scent today. They just played way too fast. But they also win majority of games from doing that. So
I mean,
it is.
Again, especially with the fact that it is one of those rematch situations, when you're the losing team, you're expected the ones to be able to bounce back.
But it's high fives, reset mindset. Let's see if Barbar's words are put into effect for Koi here as we enter round 11 and Team Liquid with control over this defense on Sunset.
Showstopper available here for Kiko.
And it's going to be used straight out of the bat.
to send it.
Changing the pace up, you know,
like the Omen ult on top of it as well. I mean, they clear out literally all of B with this, and that's cool. They get them to fast react into the Cypher. Yeah, it's like kind of textbook, to be honest. I'm surprised they fell for it.
So Koi allowed onto site. Nats is thinking of it. He's got reinforcements as well. Nightfall. It's really strong from Starkso, but he's paranoid, so he can't really take advantage of it. All they're doing is delaying right now. Koi don't have the numbers. They need to pick from this, and I think Shados has
every Prowl is getting thrown at Nats
to interrupt this from happening. Kiko leads the charge. Nats has to drop back. Koi buying so much time. So the top clock is working in favor of Koi, but the kills aren't.
A lot of this is down to Starkso to get both of these.
Starkso in the smoke. Heroic work from him, but it's still an equilibrium.
Dude, and his util is good here.
Not on it anymore,
Nicely done from Mystic as well. And I just like the overall plan. The overall plan just worked out so well because you know for sure Barbar is like, guys, you need to speed up. So then they do something aggro, which is also just good when they're trying to just do their own plan from an attack side anyway. And then obviously with that in mind, them thinking, right, we've got to speed up more, they insta-react to what's happening and they just run into the Cypher util. So it was like a perfect call.
We're seeing the hype replays right now, but I cannot wait until the teams come back up on screen for you guys. See what the weapon situation is here, because... Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, no, they are doing it. They are running the double up.
What? Look, we've seen Kiko on it. He's been insane. But Mystic's got to show us what he's got.
Oh, no.
That
one fell apart fast. Can he get out of there? Getting util dumped. Double satchel dodges the stun as well. At least they kind of know exactly where he's gone in terms of...
Okay, but retake with double up. Difficult looks here.
That's massive. Kiko closing up the gap. He had the right idea, but the execution wasn't quite there. So we still...
Koi have to play on site because they're still going to play against Mystic, and Mystic has a smoke.
An aggressive placement onto this B site.
Surely they just saved this, though, no?
That's right.
No, they're not.
Oh, wait, no, it's 7-5.
And with the From the Shadows available, this is Mystic trying to find information.
A good bit of info here. Teva goes down.
Stick it because he has been shot down. Enzo finds the first pick, 2 more to go, and Team Liquid might be able to perform a retake here. Paranoia used, doesn't pick a single player. Starkso and Shados play this together. 2 former world champions with 2 different teams who look to work together in tandem to make this all work from them. Mystic, though, is the well denier. He's got the defuse in, but I'm not quite sure if he's got the...
Yeah, not enough.
Close one, and it's Koi to
close. Would have been close.
What a way to end that.
Almost
there, right down to the wire. And quick maths, I had me lost in the sauce. I was just like, okay, they've got 2 operators. Didn't even realize it was the 12th round of the first half, and that's a risky
Prius again,
gamble
man.
To buy
Prius
2
always gets
into
us.
That last round when you know those retakes are what you've been mainly looking towards.
And that was a point-blank play with the operator. You can't do those that easy.
No, it's insane. I mean, that's so difficult.
Look,
like
the reactions from Koi here, like they thought the
sound
was over for them, but
they
ended
did.
up winning it.
And sometimes it's hard to hear the sound when
there's... There was a big wave of emotions back and forth on the coaching staff of Koi.
They did a big comeback after the timeout. Yeah, especially considering the money as well.
Anywhere, in any direction.
Koi on this one, double satchel down towards middle, eye, and a Omen flash. They clear all of this, and we have a 5-person hit towards B. One trip.
They've been so good on pistol rounds as well. Exactly what they need to even the score early on.
There is 4 people here from Koi. Do they just want to fast flood in? They have a flash, they have a nade. Ooh, nice tether nade. Oh, that was sick.
And no longer able to put that spike into the ground. And with the smoke deteriorating, that's when Shadows starts, so can start raining bullets upon them. It's clean. Not only is it clean, it is flawless. And Andalafia
that was really nice from them. 1-1 in terms of pistols.
And it's definitely the right direction for them. 1 round away from Team Liquid.
What do you do on the side of Team Liquid at this point? I mean, neck and neck, looking towards Sunset. This is the Koi pick. So to be able to try and equalize this early on, good looks into the second half.
Yeah, and they all just won their little jewels there as well.
We are seeing a different version of both these teams, I think.
We are.
Like the pacing is very different.
Yes.
The tempo there, a big change from the original matchup that we saw between these two teams.
100%.
So they're allowed 1 death on this one. Any kills above 2 for Liquid is a bit of a win. Try that again. Any kill above 1 is a big one.
To follow. But still, this is Team Liquid taking some fights here. And Koi aren't going to shy away from them for a second. It's a camo highlight reel as he pads up his stats. And Yampi forced to drop back.
Yampi, though. And Nats.
Pain. Camo.
Nice ace on this one, and he is getting closer to his ult.
Find themselves at an equal state with Team Liquid.
Gotta love the eco ace coming in here for Koi. Great for the momentum and great to cycle into that showstopper too. Now just 2 away here for Camo, and they have been playing for those extremities. So Team Liquid, if they don't look to contest this A orb, you could likely see Camo looking to abuse that. Try and cycle this ultimate up into the anti-eco round of Team Liquid.
Yeah, Camo has been one of those players.
You bought the TL capsule. Does that mean you get a contract to Team Liquid?
He's definitely been a strong prospect.
I'll relay your message to the higher ups. I'll let you know.
Able to show it. Obviously, that
I'm
was
not sure about
pistols,
that one.
But if he continues to find power like this against some of the biggest
don't think I have any authority on it.
VCT MEA this year, like Kiko, it's quite the task.
That's kind of nice. Locked onto a trip and a person.
What do we gotta work with here?
We've got Nats on Garage.
That is a dodgy position.
It is.
Back it off at the very least. The Camo? Still keeping
Boombot goes in with that info. Are they going to try and do some kind of combo? Or are they just going to... Dude, this is weird.
The Roomba at the very least. That Boombot coming through.
That's true.
They need Camo on his own. Camo, if he gets 1 kill, does now have his ult.
And they drop
oh, they missed their timing up a little bit. It was almost
not quite
outrageous because they got 3. And they go aggro, and is there like a breach stun on this?
He's got his thing, and that does well in close proximity, but at the same time, Team Liquid are moving away from it.
I mean, that elbow play was just about buying control and time on Koi.
Shadow now turns his attention towards it. It might be the right moment for them to swing, but Nats now moving in the direction of the smoke as Team Liquid push onto the site. Paranoia stopping them from pushing. 20 seconds, and it's actually this time Team Liquid's turn to be in time travel, but Nats on the lurk will be all too dangerous.
There's 8 people dueling on site, 10 seconds to plant.
From getting in, Kiko and Enzo, as well as the rest of Team Liquid players, look to collect them one by one.
Maybe we get a replay.
Once again, and it's Team Liquid with the lead.
And Koi had such interesting positioning there. The clock ran down so low. And lots of opportunity. It should have been tight, but the coordination to come out from Team Liquid, winning out those gunfights, changed everything. Now,
new account because you forgot your other one. Oh, I saw it.
Pavlos.
Congrats on the win today.
We've seen the change of pace. I feel like we haven't seen that much mid-focus here coming out from Team Liquid in the beginning rounds, but now we're looking for a little bit more of that diligence to try and put that pressure down, see the dark cover going out, and even just the presence of the Haunt alone to try and find some of that space or put some of that pressure here on towards Koi.
Definitely keeps them on their feet.
The thing is, you have a cam watching through, so you have all the information you need as far as how deep they've actually pushed past.
Yeah, unless you smoke.
And this cam's pretty good as well, just spots the feet over towards here, so you can't actually see the camera itself. It gives them good information over towards middle.
Again, slow paced as ever.
One way gets refreshed over towards A.
And Cam was always consistently so far
Prowler
up
goes over
A,
towards
if you
middle
watch
to
him
clear
go
the
on
question
it.
mark that was here.
Alongside the one way, of course, to assist with some of that delay. But it's a lot of information, a lot
Real
of early
slow
map
on this
control
one.
on the right side of the map here for Koi.
Camo looks to back out of there. A lot of pressure put in his direction, but no reactions from Koi. They're actually sticking into place. 45 seconds in, this is where Kiko looks to push forwards. He has been able to sidestep. Mystic there to introduce
guys.
some chaos into the mix. Grabinho not able to find a second kill, and Mystic is coming alive. He's been criticized.
There's no way you
scrutinized,
pause that
but he's here
situation
to
when
stay,
this guy has
and he's
both of
back
them in
on
his
the
sights.
saddle
There
with
is
a
no
lot
way you
more
say that
kills.
that ends like this.
2v4 situation here.
And Shadow's looking to lead the charge into this one, and he's able to open it up. Yampi no more. And Shadow looks to find more Nats. He's incredible on the Cypher, and even more so on the Guardian, with a flank in the making, with the likes
he's gonna
of
have to
Mystic.
save,
This is
really.
making this all too difficult for Shados. I don't want to be in his shoes at all. Nobody does.
Mate, how is Mystic
Dire
getting away with
economical
that?
state that Koi is in right now. He has to draw back. He has to save.
Second
maybe
shot
find
must
a
have been
kill as
outrageous.
consolidation. Maybe not that even. It's Mystic with
Having
the
good
final
impact.
kill. And Team Liquid
Rosefawn,
on
thank you for doing that as well,
winning
bro.
on this attack.
Thank you, thank you.
Not even a hero rifle to get carried over here for Koi. Team Liquid looking clinical, much cleaner than we had seen them before. I think the last two matches, Team Liquid, they did have pop-off moments from individual players. Of course, we are still seeing those pop-off moments right now. 14-8 there for Mystic. You know, smiles on the side of Team Liquid, celebration, and a little bit of stress there on the side of Koi.
A little bit.
I'm not great at lip reading, but that wasn't Sunshine
A
Raven's.
little bit of stress. Not too much.
But still, Team Liquid, major time ahead, right? With this
Ball pass
victory,
the stack over
just
towards A,
increase their
and a
lead
little bit
even
of
further than
sound
they're
and
expected
pressure
to.
made on the
Yeah,
defense to
guaranteed the
try
double digits
and make
at
him
the
push
very
into
least
this.
are on the side of Team Liquid, but growing that gap as far as the scoreboard goes. Koi looking to play these numbers. The gamble stack over towards this A site, the crossfire as well, that trap play, but Team Liquid, they're not knocking on that door.
And that smoke gives more room to
Oh, I
Team
like this
Liquid
Prowler. That's a
than
good way
anybody
of
else would have thought, you know, with
it's a
that
good way of
smoke, you
clearing
kind
all
allude
of
to the
this,
idea
going
that they'll
this
be playing in
often.
aggressively. So Starkzo's going to have to hold it back in case he hears any commotion in this direction. Paranoia shot down
Maybe that's the only way
instantly.
of doing that.
So it's still an illusion as to how far deep they are in mid, and instead they take up a B space, in which they'll gladly take to themselves.
Yeah, we need to
I
keep
mean,
an eye on
Shadows
Mystic
close
here.
enough, close enough
He might give him a
to get
gun
that
though.
read, got the call back
Mystic's
over
playing
here,
a
but Koi, they
little
have
bit.
to play together. They do have a showstopper in the hands of Camo.
That smoke single-handedly making Koi so scared of a mid-crunch.
Liquid have so much money that they can
Everybody's
definitely
looking here. Well,
probably.
3 out of 4.
I wouldn't
I mean, so
heavy
consistently,
hunt,
there
but they
has
could
been a
hunt a
late
little
grab.
bit.
It is.
That is a gun for them to
And
pick up
Mystic
though.
gets caught. Camo's got a showstopper out. What are the chances here? 1 out of 10.
No,
I don't think they're
0.
going for it. You can tell from this call alone that
Yeah, they're dropping back.
they're just looking to isolate right
Yeah,
now.
this might
Just
actually go a little bit bad.
Team Liquid stuck. Try to whittle down some of that economy. Get those picks with the exit out towards B main.
And with that, the spike explodes, and we're back.
He took
in
down
it.
Yampi. I mean, they'll
Yampi
take
doesn't lose
that.
his life, so that's 1 rifle
Yeah,
less
they
on the
managed to
side
get
of Team Liquid,
two
but
out of them
no,
in terms of
no,
Mystic and Yampi
really,
going down. Now it's the big
no more
buy run for
points
Koi,
to go to
and
Blue Stallions. But this time around,
would
we've got
imagine
a
a
buy
timeout
round, and
comes
I think this is where
with this,
things
because
get
else
a
they
little bit
kinda-
dicey. Koi, they
they
drop
lose this,
this,
it's pretty
they'll
much
be in
done.
trouble, in economical trouble. And they really cannot afford that to happen.
Actually
Otherwise,
saying
Team
that,
Liquid might be closing
because
out
they're
with their
buying
own
light
map pick
armor,
a
they
little bit
can
too
buy next if they lose.
Oh, Grabinho also the one to be on this operator. I think the Omen operator is something that can definitely
The
be
Omen op?
creative. You can reposition
Love an
there with
Omen
the
op.
shrouded step, not nearly as quickly as a Raze or a Jet or a Chamber. But then the other fear is, okay, you have to get those timings with cycling the smoke
Yampi
sphere
got the kill,
as
Yana.
well, where you're then left unscoped. You can't keep watching that angle.
But he went down to Spike.
And Team Liquid, yet again, with this mid control, keep Koi split to 2 sides.
Slow looks, changing the pacing here.
When Kiko is looking on a lurk, you can never be comfortable given that Nats could be on any given angle. I mean, sorry, Camo is on the lurk. You can never expect.
Okay, and Starkzo spots,
comfortable to deal
tucks
with
into
that.
his right, stun comes
Still,
in and then he
There's the
refaces.
right-hand side they're looking to go into,
No,
and
okay,
there's a
just
fault
gets
line
out of
there
there,
to
especially
help
as the stun hits on
keeping
this one.
Starkzo
Keep
in
an
one
eye,
area.
keep an
Showstopper wasn't
eye
able,
over
but it's by
towards
Camo
B.
instead.
Yeah,
a little bit over-aggressive, but he clears out
that all day.
And gives the call to his team to head to this
Not the best
A-site quickly
we've
to
seen
defend,
for a
because
while.
there's only 40 seconds remaining, and Team Liquid might be in trouble if they're not quick enough.
I mean, going for this short push.
But Koi put their forces together. They're putting themselves into all in one corner. Kiko is able to deal with one as he quickly finds himself on the side. But Koi is the team that wins most of these trades.
30 seconds on this. Mystic has his ult if he wants to send it over towards the other side. Problem is camera trip.
Now Mystic's just gonna have to take that TP and get out.
TP's over towards A to go back and hit it. We just have a camera that just reveals that it's so fine. 10 seconds now. I respect the attempt. I respect the attempt. Yeah, they kind of just cleared all of that one. He went into the camera, he couldn't fully see, but he just heard it.
Cavalry should have arrived over towards A. Maybe assuming that Nats did
Starkzo's having good impact.
to distract over towards B to keep some of those rotations from coming over.
I think the cam there from Team Liquid was was crucial over on that B site. Knowing that there's no one TP'd in that direction, they were comfortable to keep 3 players on the A site defense.
No matter what, though, in those situations, you do decide
Koi
to
really
stick
needs to make sure they
together
don't
as
lose
three
this
when
one.
you have those numbers, but
Mystic TP's
a
up
good
into their
shout
one-way,
regardless.
and that's going to make him dodge the Prowler. And then the stun goes in and he tries to punish. This is a cool idea.
Time again, but it's Grabinho that ends up picking off Kiko as it's anticipated from the Koi side.
Yeah, a lot of good util used to fluff them off. Yampy trying to take a timing over towards middle, Nats trying to take a timing over towards market. It's like a double lurk. Nats decides against it.
And he might be able to keep it going. Shados puts him to the dirt, so enough funny business from him as Team Liquid look to move into this B site. Yes, the Shados nearby, but he's going to have to wait and fall back with his team.
Got a weird decision to make because they're against the smoker, so they can't really pump for B main. We also have a trip giving them the info that they haven't, so this guy should be expecting a push.
Gonna have to deal with this. He's expecting it, but Nats is quicker to the trigger. Starkzo trying to find back the space. Shadow trying to spray into that smoke.
Okay, keep
but
an eye
no one
on
from
Omen.
Koi is finding a pick. But
Did you
Grabinho
not see the barrel?
is now on the fight. On the lurk. Operator's shot chimed, but it's Shadow with the pick. Starkzo knows where Nats is, gives the call, but it's Enzo there to assist. Oh, Starkzo is there to help. Nats is low, but he's surrounded. The map goes in on him. And that's Koi on the defuse.
Too good right now.
Back into winning ways.
Clean swings
Picks up the op as well. Shadow gonna be 2 away from his ult, and that is good for their recon. And Liquid's econ's a little bit low, actually.
Tying things up into the second
it's still
half.
fine.
Team Liquid, I mean, again, good looks. They've been good at finding the space on the attack, being able to secure that plant. Koi's diligence has been really good as far as the coordination, the spacing there when they move in together.
Yeah, and I think Koi have been really good at reading how Liquid like to play it, what their early crunches are going to be. A lot of nice anticipated set plays that they had the perfect counters to, and this round is a perfect
force
example,
into this. Few people take a hit. No satchels.
And again, we're looking at an A-site push, a slightly different
satchels and a
variation,
bulldog.
a bit of a rouge, as the mid push is what follows.
I mean, right now, I think even Yampy just showing this presence over towards A. He's the one with the Rolling Thunder, right? Trying to...
Oh, Mystic takes the fight against an op.
I mean, and it's an Omen down.
Shows up, Shadow able to barely get away, but he's being chased after. Team Liquid going.
Hey, this guy's got the spike.
Lunatic. He needs to maintain his composure and group up with the
that's
team.
nice with the cage though. Then we just hold the angle. The op
that
he picked up.
Man,
Mystic's
covered. Picks up the op for himself.
Hey, Mystic's a beast.
Toy is mine to use, and I'll use it as much
he did
as
so
I
good
want.
though.
Says,
yeah, and they don't expect the extra pass and lock in.
Team Liquid that have guaranteed themselves at least an 11th round here. As off the back of Mystic's openings.
No money really to work with here on the side of Koi. I mean, they do have enough to buy into the next round, but it will rely on Camo, keeping the full shield, keeping this weapon into the next to be able to toss one of those guns over towards Shados. So an 11th round here for Team Liquid. And okay, I know
pretty big.
You're looking at this team and we're like, okay, the spacing's good, the timing is good, the weapon now denied here
Shados,
in the hands of Camo, so no
takes a bit of a hit in terms of the spy.
Into Shados into the next round. But Mystic is having a game today.
He definitely is. I think he's heard the criticizing of his performances so far, hearing that, okay, the only player off of the Apex core, off of the old Fnatic core as well, it's Kiko, right? Well, not the old Fnatic core for Kiko, but Mystic himself and Enzo not
They call him Mystic Greedy.
I
mean, honestly, a little bit, but the extra greed he got the kill with, to be fair.
Necessary. This next round lies on a knife's edge. Koi win it, they're able to close out the gap, only 1 round difference. Koi lose it, economical recession.
Are there any emotes of me from the coaching booth? Nah, not really. They didn't really do coach cams back then. I mean, they had them.
It's high.
They had the technology, but I just don't think they used it.
I mean, if they lose this round, this map is done and dusted, essentially.
It's just me looking furious every round, to be honest.
That Nightfall. You're looking towards that Rolling Thunder in the hands of
Hands flailing.
Shadow. But then at the same time, Team Liquid, if they don't need the Showstopper, the Rolling Thunder to find that execution, they save that.
Why is my lighting so bad today? I actually have no idea. Literally have no idea. Today I'm like, I don't know what's happened. Everything's just really grey on my camera. And I could have looked at it about 12 hours ago, but I just didn't. And now I've just accepted it.
Operator on Yampy. Not. I mean, we've seen it on Kiko, we've seen it on Mystic.
Hands flailing, hair greying. Yeah, that is actually the summary.
Team Liquid enter this attack
aging by day, rapidly.
Lurk in the making for Nats, but Team Liquid look to take up this B space.
Okay, and this could be the end of it.
Not so patient. Always knowing that
Starks has had this ult for a long time, has he not?
There by Starks. So, okay, here's where we kick it to high gear.
And it's a matter of not using all the ultimates at the same time. They know the B site is open. Yampy not needing to use a Rolling Thunder himself, but Nat's being called off. That was a big
haymaker. And with the retake, what do we do on this one?
They won't have for later.
We might see Mystic try to wrap back
around. Yeah, we might see around the world.
A little bit later into the post plant.
Koi take a time to regroup, recalibrate. Nightfall drops and Kiko's position notified. Camo, he's got himself a nice position and a potential good crunch, but Kiko is in big trouble and he'll get this.
Was pretty good on this. Mystic's going around the world. Yampy uses this in the 3v5. Keep an eye on Mystic, he is being watched.
Feel too comfortable to push forward.
Yeah.
They're waiting for Mystic to come through.
Team ulted Shados.
Back for a response. Yampy destroyed.
Guys, it was nice for them though. Their money's low. Cut this one clean. I would say Yampy's ult was maybe a little bit questionable considering the scoreline. I think they probably should have just done damage.
On the side of Koi to take them to double digits.
That was nice though. The Yuta was really good on this. They're very patient. They were super aware of the Nats lurk as well. They keep getting lurked on, so it's nice for them to actually
get
the kill on this time.
Just the sweet cherry on top of the situation. You get the celebrations here, but you can also see, I feel like out of all the coaching duos, that is like the most like bro duo out there too.
We're biased cast.
Early Omen flash or?
We're sold on Koi. For their coaching stuff, that is. But still,
nice flash in the corner.
Koi winning that round is exactly what they needed. We talked about the stakes of it.
They're really trying to set this up, and at the same time they get the orb over towards Camo. And I like this because they're then going to think that the Raze is holding this angle, but actually it's the Omen. And then that means the ult can be anywhere. This is pretty cool from Koi. Because Liquid obviously going to hear the orb get taken.
Difference too is Kiko used that Showstopper last round, and Camo's no cycle up to his.
See that the ult comes up.
Starks are ready and waiting for this mid crunch.
We've also got the good camera that spots over towards A for early info.
He doesn't have much
There's
cover.
3 in front of him.
Into the smoke they go. Gets 1 before it drops, but that's a lot of information. 3 players recovered, but they do drop back just a little.
Taking out Mystic is key here, though. The fact that they no longer have smokes to work with here on Team Liquid.
Yeah, no smokes means that Bobra holding here is
unreal. How much of a difference will it truly make?
I think it's a higher value trade.
And Yampy doesn't have flashes anymore. So dry peaks, unsmoked peaks.
Yeah, Yampy turns into the luck on this.
Coordinated. Shadow, he's got everything to his disposal apart
Cage
from
to cross, Cage to cross again. Yampy has outrageous timing, but
is reading. Camo no more. Yampy on the fly, and there's nothing Koi could have done about it. Grabinho,
damn, bro, the dinks.
In hand, gets true out of nowhere, and Kiko left in the hot seat. Has to run away.
Oh my God, this guy with a ghost. It's 6 on 3.
Continues with the ghost.
What a 3K with the pistol here for
just
Koi.
dinking everyone.
It's absolutely insane, especially when you had the fact that Yampy was flanking around through mid, finds 2, and the fact that you're just able to shift the round completely.
Look at this.
Let's see that again. Okay, yes, he had the help of Shados behind him, sure.
Dude, I don't think Shados did much damage.
Alone. But the fact that it's Grabinho to do it with a pistol is just disrespectful.
Right after he throws the op out of his hand, too. I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't want this gun!
I mean, he was trying to swap out to the rifle to play a better 1v2,
and maybe Yampy after getting the first 2 kills there needed to just stay alive.
And waiting any second longer would stop their chances of picking off Kiko.
I like this timeout being called here from Team Liquid as well, though. They want to stall some of the momentum that was just built. The fact that you had a huge hero play coming out from Grabinho. One of the rookie players on the side of Koi that were looking to make waves here for this team as well. Showed up big in that last round.
And one of the highlight players that we've been looking throughout this entire tournament so far is Nats, and this time not doing so bright. Currently on 7 kills to 13, and this is a player that they've relied on, and something we've talked about in consideration, right? They need to have a couple of these players show up, and not only show up, but carry. And Team Liquid haven't quite had that in the entirety of this map so far.
Tough. Yeah. A lot of weight on the shoulders of Enzo as well. You know, his re-entry back into the VCT circuit.
Right, indeed.
Then he's also in that IGL slot this time around as well.
Low by 11-12.
Right,
yeah, I just wanted to get it out of there, Prodigy. To be honest.
Koi respect it, and it's back.
Didn't want to see it.
Triple A, double B stack.
Damn, that's respect.
Okay. Denying this one way.
It's the same stun, but this time it misses. And crucially enough, that means that Kiko is able to find the pick. Camo looking to go right after him.
Yeah, and with the flank
it picks up Nats as well. So topsy-turvy, it looked like Kiko had the opening for Team Liquid, but instead it's for Koi. But look at the flank. The Starks are going all the way around, and nobody's looking in that direction. That's a spray down. It could have been a second kill, but it isn't. As Yampy gets a pick on the other front. So Koi vacate. They know they've got the numbers. Now they've got to play the trading game.
And look how much
Shadow's kind of low.
Koi were able to make now on this duo here in Enzo and Mystic. Shifting back over towards this A site. Starkso ran all the way back towards B just in case.
There's Cameron Garage making sure that no one is pushed up to spawn or mid. Instead, Team Liquid look to push towards the A site. Shader spots one, I think, on the mini-map. Shadow is all he has to do.
A little jump spot as well. Baits this guy over towards site.
Nobody's cleared him just.
He heard a step.
30 seconds. Shadows peeks out. That's one pick. Looks to run away, but Mystic trades. 30 seconds. Mystic has got to do it alone.
This guy on site has been silent the whole time.
Spike left behind.
If you're Mystic, you think he's elbow.
He wants to wrap back around, but with 20 seconds on the clock, the spike down.
Shadow, I think, has revealed himself already. But Mystic is looking in his direction.
He doesn't have time for this.
They've been teammates before, but he has to read his teammates'
game
10
plan. seconds. Dude, Shadow is so patient.
7 seconds to spare. Shadow just plays the patience game, and all he needs to do now.
Yeah, one chance, but Liquid kind of knew this was going to happen in terms of them ecoing.
Point for Koi on their own map pick. Sunset is 1 round away from being theirs.
Team Liquid have been making them work for it, though. The fact that this opener was everything in the hands of Camo, not only to equalize, to find the numbers advantage, and stall out that fast start that Team Liquid were looking for on the execution. One more round. Still able. we just heard Emil, he's behind.
Emil was like, he's behind you, but they can't hear you, mate. I'm sorry. That's not how it works. You need a timeout for that, and you can't time out mid-round. Team Liquid take up mid-space. We don't have to say how important this round is for them.
Yeah, one chance for Koi to take it down. They still have the op on the Omen over towards side, and
lose the first head-to-head.
Oh, the double setup in market with a kind of camera directly above for them to have into 180 with a trip as well.
Definitely put pressure on them. It's not the series yet, I know. Can't get ahead.
So they're going to stun over towards A.
Good start,
fade
in the right direction. Nightfall towards that A side. How many defenders does it bait in that area?
This is just a big bit of fake pressure to go into the double stack, man. They're not going to expect this.
Shados wanting to take a fight here into market, but Mystic wins the fight. Yes, a couple of players of the Team Liquid side alive, but they've been able to keep their lives. This guy did not commit with his mate. Intact.
I'm Starkso, I'm pretty furious of that.
He's been huge this game. Shados, gatekeeper of this B site, and he's got the cam knowing that no one has pushed thus far. Paranoid doesn't even matter. Shados switched to the cam, knows that Yampy is aggressed forwards. He's got full information over him because he's got the cam looking at him. He's just PM at this point. He's big brother. And Yampi can't hide away. In the smoke he goes, in his attempt to conceal his position, and now he's got teammates to work with. Enzo tries to confront, but he hasn't got anyone to help him.
Do they expect the Omen?
Perhaps, but Gravino now is in the fight, and he's got the flank. Spike down onto the ground.
Damn, nicely done from Koi on this.
He's blinded Koi.
Yeah, dude, especially Starkzo. I feel like Starkzo did great.
Sunset, their map pick here for Koi. It was tight, and Team Liquid looked good, but the adjustments coming out for Koi looked absolutely incredible. Mystic had an insane game there, trying to keep things